All right. So it says Kiki went, actually make this just slightly bigger so it's easier to see. Kiki went to the arcade with $3.50 already loaded on her game card. At the arcade, she loaded another $6.15 onto her card. When she loads it, is she adding or subtracting?
She's adding.
She's adding. Okay, so we can put a plus symbol next to it. Excuse me. Then she played $5.85 worth of games. Okay, when you play the games, are you adding or subtracting from your money?
Adding.
So you have to put the money into the machine to play the game. So it's going out of your pocket.
Oh yeah, subtracting.
So you're subtracting. Okay, and then she bought a small drink for 90 cents. Is she adding or subtracting with that?
Subtracting.
Subtracting, yeah. Okay, so let's have you perform the following math operations. Let's have you take that original number, 350, and I want you to add $6.15 to it. You're gonna add them up vertically. So go ahead and give that a try and let me know what you come up with.
Okay. I got my answer.
Okay, what is your answer?
9.65.
$9.65, correct. Okay, now we're going to subtract when she plays her game. So it's 9.65, subtract $5.85, right? Okay, so what is 5 minus 5?
0.
0. 6 minus 8 is not possible because the larger number needs to be on top. So you're going to borrow. What number do you borrow from?
The 9.
Okay. So you got 16 minus 8. 16 minus 8 is I'm asking you, Zoe, what is 16 minus 8?
16 minus 8. It's 8.
It is 8. Yeah, good. Okay, bring the decimal down. And then 8 minus 5 is
3.
3. So you got $3.80. But then the last part is you're buying a drink. So you're going to subtract some more money. Okay, so it's $3.80, subtract 0.90. Okay, so I'd like you to try this one on your own, please.
Okay, I got my answer.
All right, what is your answer?
2. Oh, no. 3.90.
Okay, so the number can't be bigger than what you started with. That's impossible. Okay, so did you subtract 0 minus 0?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the problem with 8 minus 9?
You're supposed to subtract, but you
But you can't. So what number should you borrow from?
the 3.
So when you borrow from the 3, what does it go down to?
2.
2. I mean, I can't see your paper, but I'm hoping what I really want is for you to be writing down exactly what I'm showing you here at some point. At some point, you've got to You've got to get that down. Okay, so what is 18 minus 9, Zoe?
9,
9. Okay, and then what goes in the last position?
2.
2. Very good. All right, so before we do this next problem here, I want you to do a couple of more subtraction problems for me. All right, so let's go 4.60 minus 2.70. Okay, so I want you to try that one for me, please.
Okay, I got my answer.
Okay, what is your final answer here?
1.90.
All right, so here's how I check. I take your answer and I add the smaller number to it. All right, so 0 plus 0 is 0.
Yeah.
9 plus 7 is 16. So that's 6 with a carry of 1. 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 4. And see how that matches the original?
Yeah.
Good, good. Okay, let's have you try one more before we move on to the next problem. Let's say I want you to do 12.5 minus 8.75. Okay. And before we do that, what goes in this missing position?
0.
0. And again, I'll ask, can you take 0 and subtract 5?
No, you have to borrow from the 5.
Yes. Okay, so go ahead and give this one a try, please.
Okay, I got my answer.
Okay, what is your final answer for me?
4.75.
Okay, so if I add that to the original number, okay, let's see what we get here. 5 plus 5 is 0. 7 plus 7, I'm sorry, 5
Yeah.
plus 5 is 10.
Yeah.
So there's a carry of 1. 1 plus 7 is 15 with a carry of 1. 1 plus 4 plus 8 is 13. Is that the same as 12.50? No.
No.
Okay, now I think all that happened here, because you told me the right thing, you said you borrowed from the 5, right?
Yeah.
And 10 minus 5 is 5. Now, Can you take 4 and subtract 7?
Nope.
So what did you borrow from?
I borrowed from the 12.
It's from the 2, not the 12, the 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so that becomes a 1 and a 1. So now it's 14 minus 7, which is 7. Can you take the 1 and subtract 8?
No.
So you have to borrow from the 1 or the 10 here. So that becomes 0 with a 1. 11 minus 8 is
4.
11 minus 8 is 3.
Oh,
Now, if you did everything right, but you wrote down a 4 here instead of a 3, that's pretty good.
yeah, I did the 75 right, but I didn't put the 4. I did it wrong. It was supposed to be a 3.
All right, did you get that down?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's try, well, actually, let's move on to this question I had because that'll give us a chance to do some more of this stuff here. So let's go copy and we'll paste this in. All right. Okay, could you read this out loud for us, please?
Kiki has one game card with 32 credits. Matthew has 2 game cards, one with 17.5 credits and another with 12.25 credits. Who has more credits?
Okay,
And how many more credits does this person have?
perfect. Okay, so I want you to look back and tell me how many credits Kiki has.
32.
Good. Now, Matthew, it's not me, but person named Matthew here. How many credits do they have? What are the two numbers?
17.5 and 12.25.
Okay, so I want you to add these two numbers together for me, please.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, what is your what did it add up to?
29.75.
Okay, now just looking at the two numbers, 32 and 29.75, which is bigger?
32.
32. Okay, because you'd rather have this than the other one. So to find how many more is always a subtraction problem. So you take the larger number and you subtract the smaller number. Okay, so go ahead and write this down in your paper. We'll work through a little bit of it together.
Okay.
So first of all, zeros go into the missing positions.
Yeah.
Okay, and the problem is 0 minus 5 you can't do. So you need to borrow, but you can't borrow from the 0. So you go one more. You go to the 2 and you borrow from it. You turn that into a 1 and a 1. But you can't borrow from or you have to actually still haven't borrowed yet. So you take that 0 and you borrow from the 10 and that goes to 9. Yeah. Okay, so see if you can work the problem out from here. If you have questions, please let me know.
Okay, I got my answer.
Okay, what is your answer?
2.25.
Yeah, that's correct. Perfect. Was that difficult for you?
Not really.
Okay, let's try one more here because the borrowing is really the hard part here. So let's say you have $20 and you want to buy something that costs $9.31. Okay, so I want you to try this one on your own. And if you have questions, of course, I will answer.
Okay. I got my answer.
Okay, what is your answer?
0.69.
Okay, so this is your answer right here.
Yeah.
Okay. There's probably a borrowing issue. So let's look at this together. 0 minus 1 is not possible. So you have to go left, left, and left. So you actually borrow from the 2 to make a 1 and then put a 1 above the 0.
Mm-hmm.
So you're really borrowing from this 10. This 10 becomes 9, and then you put a 1 there. But you still haven't borrowed yet from it. So you take this 10 and turn it into a 9 and put a 1 here. So my guess is you made a mistake with borrowing. Could you give this one a try from this position? Just look at it one more time. Zoe, do you have another answer for me?
No, it keeps giving me the same
Okay, so let's look at it together. 10 minus 1 is,
9,
okay, 9 minus 3 is,
6,
okay, and 9 minus 9 is,
0.
okay, so are we done?
Oh no.
So you got to bring that 1 down.
Oh. Okay.
All right, so let's look at another question together here. All right, could you read this one out loud for us, please?
I have one question about the last problem.
Sure, sure.
So if one subtracted by 0, if there's no 0 down there, you're supposed to bring the 1 down.
Well, there really is a 0 there, but you don't want to write it in general. But yeah, you do need to bring it down.
Oh, but what if it's like the same number but subtract?
Then it would become 0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like what you're thinking of here, let's look at this problem. 10.00 minus 9.31. Okay, so watch this. So 0 minus 1 we can't do. So we go left, left, and we borrow from the 1. The 1 becomes a 0, and we put a 10 above the 9. Okay, and that's what we're borrowing from. We're like, oh, we need to borrow from there. That's 9. That becomes a 10. And then we borrow from the 10, and that becomes a 9 and a 1.
Oh,
So now it's 10 minus 1, which is 9. 9 minus 3, which is 6. And 9 minus 9, which is 0. And then, yeah, you could bring the 0 down if you wanted, but it is 69 cents.
okay.
Okay. All right, so could you, whenever you're ready, could you go ahead and read this problem out loud for us?
Okay. Kiki bought a hot dog for 3.95 and an iced tea for 1.20 cents. How much change will she receive from a $20 bill to
Perfect. So Kiki bought 2 things. What was the first thing that she bought?
a hot dog?
A hot dog cost $3.95. And then an iced tea, how much did that cost?
$1.20.
So if we want to know how much the total purchase price is, would you add or subtract those numbers?
Subtract.
We want the total cost.
Oh, then add.
You add them together, yeah. So I want you to try adding these together for me, please.
Okay, I got my answer.
Okay, what is your answer?
5.15.
Good. Okay, now what did she pay with?
$20
much?
bill.
So we're going to take that number you just found and subtract $5.15. So this is another one where you've got to borrow again.
So I do this one on my own?
Yes, please. Okay. This will be it for us for today, but I want you to finish this problem out, then I'll get your brother.
I got my answer.
Okay, what is your answer?
14.85.
Yes, that's correct. Now you'll notice when you start doing these problem with a bunch of zeros is it always goes down to 9, 9, and then 10, and you'll see that over and over. Great job today, Zoe, as always. Pleasure working with you. I'll see you on Wednesday. Go ahead and let your brother know that I'm all ready for him.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, Michael, how are you today?
Hi.
Hey, Michael. Did you do anything fun this weekend?
No.
No, nothing fun. Do you like watching football? Michael, are you there with me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Did you watch any football games over the weekend?
Yeah.
Nice. I think football is great. It's a lot of fun. So it looks like we're still doing division. Let's take a look at some of these problems here. I've got, we haven't done many from your class. So let's take a look at those that you've been working on. And let's see if we can get this down for you. So I'm just clicking through. Yeah, okay. So let's do this. That one you did correctly. Let's go to the next one here. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at this problem here. Do you have your pencil and paper out for me today?
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to divide 756 divided by 7. So we talked about this many times. 7 goes outside the house, and then 756 goes inside the house. Okay, so I want us to focus in on this first number here. Okay, how many times does 7 go into 7?
1.
1 time. So you put that 1 right there. So now 1 times 7 is 7. And when you subtract, do you see how the 7s go away?
Yeah.
So you bring the 5 down and then the 6 down. Okay. So now you ask yourself, how many times does 7 go into 56? And this is where you got to have that multiplication table or know that really well. Do you have a multiplication table out with you today?
No.
Is that something you can grab?
Yeah.
Can you grab one for me and come back if you've got one?
Yeah.
Do you have your multiplication table out?
Yeah.
Okay, so 7, you're looking for 7 times some number that gets you to 56.
8.
8, yeah. So now because it's 56, now back up here. Does 7 go into 5 or is 5 too small?
5 too small.
So you put a 0 there. And then in terms of 56, the 7 goes in 8 times. Okay, so this is our answer, but we can always check. We can always check the answer. And we'll do that next. So you take 108 and you multiply it by 7. And we've done some problems like this. Okay, now let's work through this multiplication. So 7 times 8 is 56. So you put a 6 here with a carry of 5. What is 7 times 0?
0.
Plus 5, because you always add the carry is 5. And what is 7 times 1?
7.
756. Good. All right, let me pull up a next question for us to look at. Actually, I'm going to make this one up here to be a little bit easier. So we're going to take 824 and we're going to divide it by 4. Okay, so 4 goes outside the house. 824 goes inside the house. So you start with the very first number here and you ask yourself, how many times does 4 go into 8?
Four.
So again, it's 4 times what number equals 8?
Two.
2. So you put the 2 up above here. What is 2 times 4?
Eight.
8. So you write the 8 below and then you subtract. 8 minus 8 is 0 because it goes in perfectly. So now you bring the 2 down. Does 4 go into 2?
Um, no.
No, so it goes in 0 times. So whenever you put a 0 in, you have to bring down the next digit. 24. Now I can ask you, how many times does 4 go into 24? 4 times what number equals 24?
Six.
6. All right, you ready to try one on your own?
Yeah.
Let's have you try one. Did you get this? Did you get this down in your notes?
Yep.
Okay. So I want you to do 535 divided by 5. So give that a try, please. Michael, do you have an answer for me?
No.
Okay. What have you tried?
I tried 5 and 1.
So how many times does 5 go into this first 5?
1.
Okay, 1 time. What is 1 times 5?
5.
Okay, so did you subtract?
Yeah.
So now it's 0, so you bring the 3 down. Does 5 go into 3?
No.
No, so you put a 0 there. And then you bring the 5 down. So how many times does 5 go into 35? 5 times what number, Michael, equals 35? You've got a multiplication table. You got to look at it.
7.
7. 7 times 5 is 35, and you subtract and get 0. Okay, let's try another one here, Michael. 630 divided by 6. I want you to try this one on your own, please. Michael, how are you doing on this one?
Not good.
Okay, so here's 6, and here's 630. Did you write this?
Yes.
Michael, did you write this?
Yes.
Good. Now, how many times does 6 go into 6?
1.
1, okay. And what is 1 times 6?
6.
Okay, so now when you subtract, what is 6 minus 6?
0.
0. So you bring the 3 down. Does 6 go into 3?
No.
So you put a 0 here, and then you bring the next number down, 0. How many times does 6 go into 30?
5.
5 times. Good. 5 times 6 is 30, and you subtract and get 0. Okay, let's try one more. I really want you to be able to get this, Michael, and I know you can. Okay. Let's go 824 divided by 8. Actually, I'm sorry. Did you get all this down in your notes?
Yes.
You did? Okay. I know you can do this problem. Please give this one a try. Please try to do it exactly the way we've been doing it. Do you have an answer for me, Michael? Michael, do you have an answer for me?
No.
Have you tried working on this problem?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything written down?
Yes.
Okay. What do you have written down?
824 and 3 and 5.
Okay. So did you write this down?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I just can't hear you. That's, if you could just speak up a little bit more, I would appreciate it. Did you get this written down, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So how many times does 8 go into 8?
1.
Okay. Now what do you do next? What have we done in all the previous problems? Let's go back and look. What did we do after we wrote the 1 down here? We took the 1 and we multiplied by
8.
6. And then we put the 6 underneath the 6. So what do you think that you do here? What would be the corresponding action?
The 8 down.
Yeah, 1 times 8 is 8, and you subtract.
0.
It's 0. Now, bring the 2 down. Does 8 go into 2?
No.
So what number do you put up next to the 1?
0.
0. And then what number do you bring down?
4.
4. Does 8 go into 24?
No.
Do you have your multiplication table? Eight times some number is 24.
6.
Do you have your multiplication table in front of you? Just got to look at it. Do you have an answer for me, Michael?
6.
Not 6. 6. If you've got your multiplication table in front of you, I'll get mine out. It's you're just looking for a 24 on the table in the row or column with 8. So let's go take a look here. Let me go find my multiplication table. All right, so I've got mine. I'm going to snip it in. Okay, so hopefully you're looking at something similar to this, Michael. And again, the way you use this is you look at the row or the column where there's an 8. So here's an 8. Okay, and here's an 8. Do you see 24 in either row or column?
Yes.
Okay. So this first one corresponds to 3 and 8. The other one corresponds to 8 times 3. So you don't just look for whatever number you want. You look for the number we're trying to get. So 8 times what number gets you to 24?
3.
3. This becomes 103. Okay, and then 3 times 8 is 24. You subtract and get 0. Okay, let's try one more here. Let's go 416 divided by 4. So I want you to give this one a try, please, on your own. Do you have an answer for me, Michael? Michael,
Yeah.
do you have an answer for me?
I'm still trying to do it.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and work this one out here. And I'm not getting a lot of feedback from you that you're working on the problems, which doesn't help. Definitely need you to try to work these out on your own. But that is it for today, Michael. And I will see you on Wednesday. We have a great couple of days.